Hi, Stella here. I've recently purchased, because I just couldn't resist, this from Stamperia. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely stunning. So I thought I've just got to make a little album for a little girl. Look at those. I didn't realise the pack had that in it, and I went and bought an extra one. Well, that's okay, that's good, because look what's on the back of that one. Can be used. Oh, the little bathtub, how sweet is that? I think I'll make it especially for a little girl to own for herself. Aren't those gorgeous? They would be perfect for little tuck spots. Beautiful, delicate papers. And my goodness, look at that. And you've got some little tags there. More tuck spots. Or if I do a waterfall, I can use one or two of them. I haven't decided what kind of album yet. There's more on the back there. Beautiful frameworks for photos. This one's got the pennant on the top. Delicate flowers. Look at this nice border. Beautiful. They're just so gorgeous, these drawings. Absolutely so gorgeous. Little white flowers. Look at all these beautiful things. What could I do with that? Let's see what's on the back. Oh, nice background. Yeah, I could use maybe half of them and incorporate the background as well. Woohoo. This is just amazing. If you really want to make an album for a little girl, this is it. This is absolutely it. From Stamperia. Okay. Now I'm using my normal cardstock, box board, which is 1100 GSM and 1.8 millimeters thick. So I've got two at 5 by 7 inches, front and back. That's the outer covers, and my spine is 1.5 inches by 7. Okay. And this is my base cardstock paper, Frenchville. Comes in 25 sheets. It is 176 GSM, which I think is about £65. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, that's what I use mainly for my my base. And then I've got some 200 GSM, which I'll use for my pages, because I'm not going to do the pages I did in the last album. I'm not going to double them up. I'm just going to use a single page, single piece. I'll show you when I get it done. Okay. Now these days I always use this. You can cover it afterwards, your spine, if you want. I use this to attach the spine. It's a cloth tape from Norton's, cloth tape. Very, very sticky. You can get it in numerous colours, and I like to use my I like to use this for joining my spine to my back and front rather than cardstock. I get a more secure, in my mind I get a more secure stick, if you like. Okay, I've got my favourite glue. Let me see if I can do something about that glare. How's that? Not much better, is it? Art glitter glue. And I've got double-sided tape in 3 sizes, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. I don't know which ones I'll use yet. And scissors, and I've got my cutting board, scoring mat, scoring tools, all ready to go. So first up, okay, I'm going to turn these so the writing's on the bottom. Okay, this is 2, no, this is 1.5 inches, and my tape is 2 inches. So with this smaller spine, I can just use 1 piece of tape. So what I'm going to do, you measure this, you make sure you got it right, that's 7 inches. So I need 14 inches plus maybe 1/4 inch, so we'll go 14 1/4. But let me first, I can find my old pair of scissors. First I just want to cut that as straight as I can. And we'll get rid of that. Okay, so 14 1/4, is that what I said? Thereabouts. 14 1/4. So, wherever you like, put this in the, that's not going to work, you know, it's going to be, it's only going to give me 1/4 inch each side, that's not going to work, so we're going to have to do them separately. So in that case, halfway, and we still get our 14 and a bit. We'll go 14 1/2 just to be sure. Okay, and we'll go for our front cover. Now I like to go for about 3/16, so a tad over 1/8 of an inch. And you can see my tape is not centered, but I'm okay with that. I think that's all right. Yep. So that when you fold it over, it's got an ease in it. Okay, we pull this up, smooth it out, and pull this one up, and smooth it out. Boy, I went wrong with my measurement there, didn't I? That's okay, it's okay. It's not going to be seen. Press the tape down, give it a really good score in that gully. Press all your tape down and push that gully in. Okay, you've got fantastic movement from the spine. Great. Okay. Now let's go and get another 14.5 inches. I think I may have said in a previous video that from about, if you want a spine of 1.5 and up, you've got to use 2. Anything smaller than that, like for a portfolio or what have you, you can go with the 1 piece. See how strong it is. Okay, this is the right way. About 3/16. Okay. Bring it and pull that tight at just at the edge there. Do the same, that gully in here, and put that gully in. Now I really should have not overlapped that, because now I've got a little ridge. So what I'm going to do about that is, depends on what I'm going to be doing on the front spine. I'm going to leave it. If I put a piece of lace down there, you're not going to notice, but it's all going to be covered with paper, with cardstock eventually. So that's the front cover. We've got inside, front, inside, back. Okay. One of these cardstocks, the 176. I should be able to get 2, both back and front cover out of this. I don't cover the whole thing like this and then like that. I'm always a bit wary of spines splitting, etc. So what I do, I take about 3/4 of an inch and I measure up real close to the edge of the gully here, but not on it. So if I've got a little ruler, I'm going to put 3/4 of an inch across there, put that down and put it really close, about 1 millimetre or so away from that first, where you can see the board through the tape. 1 millimetre, and you'll know you're correct if you've got your 3/4 down here. So I'm just going to run a pencil there and there. So okay, three-quarters of an inch up to that all looks like 3/4 to me. 3/4, 3/4, dop, 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 3/4. And then your 3/4 across there. Okay, so this measures 5 3/4 across, So what I'm going to do is just fold it in half. We're just saving a little bit of time and extra measurements here. Fold this in half. Burnish it real well. Okay, let's take the lines. And across that way. Save these pieces. So I'm just going to lightly, very lightly score these all the way down on that line. My lines are probably not straight, but just lightly. And turn them up this side to hide the pencil mark. So on here it's 3/4, and to the opposite side 3/4, and one of the long sides for 3/4. Now we start from the actual front cover. So it's going to be, put one like that. And that way. I'm going to use tape, and I'm going to use, not that one, I'm going to use the 1/2 inch tape. Let's put it across the bottom. I'm just doing this inside rectangle, I'm not doing the flaps. One in the middle. So I'm putting 3 all together in the middle. And burnish them all. So let's remove the backings. Glue in between, just a little wave there. Okay, now we want this to be just a fraction beyond Whoops, a bit too far. I think that's it. That's pretty much it. Yep. Burnish all that tape and glue down. Now we probably won't be exact with our where we what am I saying? My edges probably won't match my scoring, so don't worry about that. Oh, I think it might be the dull day that's looking in my window. Or the fact that I had to get up early to go for a bone density test. So yeah. Again, I'm going to use the double-sided half-inch. We're going to go from that edge to that edge. Just cut that straight off there. Straight across. Just do the big one first. We're going to put glue right up to the corner there. Just up past the corner, on that corner, along there, up past that corner and that corner. Top, just tuck that little bit in on the corner there, just like that. Oops, and the same with this one, just tuck it in. Okay, same as before, we've got some glue here and that corner. A little bit of overhang there, so I'm just going to fold it over inside. Right, again with the glue, the corner. The inside bag. Okay, so I did the back, not the front. That's the outside of the back, which we will cover. Let's grab the next one, and it's got to go that way on the front cover. Again with the 1/2 inch tape. Forgot where I was for a sec. glue again. Okay. If you can fit the first one, make the side closest to you, and the rest should just fall into place. How's that? Let's remove that. And don't forget, we always leave that 1/8 of an inch there, which helps cover the point of the box board. Okay. Tape from there to there. On that edge and that corner, all the way across that corner and right in there. Pull it tight. Recently I had to rip a whole cover off because my seam wasn't straight, my edge, you know. So really work on that and make sure that is straight. Tuck that in at the corner and this side as well. Good burnish. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep doing crafting these days because I have a lot of pain in my shoulders, which when I'm crafting I tend to ignore. Okay. We've got this is our front. Now the inside is where where you can see all the joins of the tape. So this is our outside, and that's outside front. And for me this is necessary because I have done one upside down. Outside back. Right, now we want to cover this, and I do have some spare pieces of the white card. Let me just grab some. Not long enough. Oh, perfectly long enough. just going to measure just inside that, and 3/4 of an inch on top and bottom added to the height of this on each side. So you're going for 7, 8.5. Easy peasy. Wondering which way is the best way to go. That's not straight. It looks straight. We'll just give it just one of them. I'm going to go 5/8 because I think this is just a little short. Okay, that's it. Good. And this time I'm just going to cover the whole thing at once, right to the end. It should take 3 1/2-inch pieces. Perhaps not. That's what, 1/4 inch at the end. Make sure your edges really are covered. So any bit that's not covered, I will use glue to back it up. Try and center it between those two. Beautiful. I'm going to put a little extra glue on that. Bring it over. Pull. This over, pull it a bit shorter. That's okay, it's all going to be covered. Now, what you're going to do now is It's your choice to go straight into using your decorative paper, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to cover it in white. So I'll just measure that, and I've got 11 3/4. So let me just write that down. I've got 11 3/4, and by 7, okay, by 7. Now I want to take off 1/4 inch, which will leave me 1/8 inch all round. So we've got 11.5 by 6 3/4. Then we're going to use the same 176 GSM. Okay, let's double check that we've got the size we want. I would have preferred a bit more. I only took off 1/4 inch. You know, I am going to cut that again because I want it as high as possible. So let's go with maybe 11 5/8 by 6 7/8. We'll try that. This will always come in handy for something else. What did I say? 11 5/8. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By 6 7/8. I can always cut it down. Much better. Oh yeah, much better. That just gives me a 1/16 of an inch thereabouts, not quite an 1/8 around. Well, maybe it is an 1/8. Not quite. I'm happy with that. So we have to cover the whole thing in tape, and I wouldn't use glue on this because what you want to have in your gullies here, you want your paper to stick in there so that it is movable and it won't alter its shape or distort when you open the album. am going to have to change to 1/2 inch tape shortly. I don't have any more of this one. It was a pity because I really like it for big jobs like this. And what you don't cover in tape, pop glue on it. Don't saturate it, but as long as these guys have got tape on them. So I'm thinking they're pretty much taped there. Oops, a little bit of space in that one. Give that the biggest burnish. I'm going to bite the bullet and take the whole lot off, all of the backing. And place it all in one heap. Taking a while, you can fast forward me. I wish I knew how to do that when I prepare my videos. I have no idea. I can't seem to get a YouTube in layman's terms to show me. So if anyone's got any suggestions, I would love to hear it. Okay, let's get our glue. In a little gap I see, just going to get some glue, including the edge, right across there. Wouldn't hurt to put a bit there. putting just a little bit of glue on there, and that's the one I'm going to start with close to me. Okay, let's just, we wanted it an 1/8 of an inch, I believe. So let's drop one side down, which looks perfect. Pretty perfect. Okay, now you just go gently, gently, gently. And the other one. Oh, stormy weather. We had some thunder last night and lots of rain. We're supposed to be springtime. There we go, that's the outside front. Beautiful. A bit unfortunate about that. But you won't see it. Now, let's make our pages. I'm using the 200 GSM. So, I want our pages to go the same length as this. It's the same width as length, which is 6 7/8. So that'll be 6 7/8. Let's just go 6 7/8 and up. I'm just going to make a little pencil mark there. That's the height of this, from there right up here, and then I'm going to take off 1/4 of an inch, so I'm going to put a 1/4 of an inch mark there and get rid of that mark, and then I'm going to add, let's see, what have I got here? I've got 1.5 inches, so I could do either 3 or 4 pages. Let's see, 1, 1, 2, no, 1.5 inches, probably 3 pages. Yep, 3 pages. So I'm going to add a 1/2 inch to that. Just get my 1/2 inch, just put my ruler on that mark and then go up to that 1/2 inch. And now we'll see what happens when we cut that out. Let's see what size that gives us. 5 and something. What was this? That's less than 5. Now I'm going to measure this again. So the height of that is 5 inches, and we want it a bit shorter. So let's go 5 and 3/4. We'll go 5 3/4. So forget my pencil marks, I'll rub them. 5 3/4. With 6 7/8. And let's see how I've mucked that up. Okay, on the shorter side, put the shorter side up on the scoring board and lightly score at 1/2 inch. Lightly. Turn it over and very lightly score on the other side. It breaks up the fibres on both sides of the paper, and I feel that it just helps better. So what we will do is we fit it in like that, and we'll just do that right now. That's probably, I might use the smaller tape and do a double row. Nothing worse than having excess overhang. A little bit of overhang there, but it's not enough for scissors, so I'll just peel it back. Okay. Now, this is the inside, yes. With this gully, like at an angle, I would prefer to go. I'll start with there, put it right on the top of the gully, but not over it. That's it. Let's make another one. Shoot, I forgot what size. Five 3/4 by 6 7/8, I think. 5 3/4 by 6 7/8. Yep, I'll just grab another piece of that paper. And 6 7/8. Okay, put the short side across the top, gently with the 1/2 inch, flip it over and gently again at the half inch. Don't put any pressure on it at all. Okay, so this was going to fit right in there. So we need to put our tape on the underside. Touch of overhang there, not much. Okay. And I start at the bottom there, level that off. Make sure we're just touching that. Make sure our pages are straight. If not, just go over again and crease it. Yeah, 2 pages. Third page, which will fit. Let's just make sure it is going to fit properly. Yes. You can use glue for this if you want to, but don't use just any old glue. Don't use a glue stick. Okay, I'm going to take this little bit off here. Oops. There's a little bit at the end here that needs a bit of glue, I think. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we've got our 3 pages there. Now we're going to create more pages. Now I've learned this method from Shelley Geigel and I love it. If you don't know who Shelley is, check out her YouTube, Shelley Geigel, G-E-I-G-L-E. She's fabulous. Okay, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one there could have been a little bit shorter. Never mind. It's okay. It works. It folds really nicely. but I won't be able to put any separate pages on here. I'll just have to cover each one and then leave it at that. But these ones with the space, the 1/2 inch space, we can add loads. And it seems that I have cut that too high, my pages. My measurement was not quite right, so I'm going to take off. 3. I'm going to take off 3/8 of each page. I quite possibly just looked at my measurements wrong. So we're going to take off, actually I should probably put it this way, take off you know, I'm going to do this by hand. This is just too awkward. Sorry about making a mistake like this. So I should have measured it at 4 7/8. So that's what I should have measured it at, 4 7/8. Okay, so I'm just going to take off that's much better. So when it's open, the pages are inside. So I just had to trim that off. So including the 1/2 inch, let's get back to basics here. Including the 1/2 inch, they are 5 1/4. Okay, so that's 5 1/4 that way, and you take off the 1/2 inch, which leaves you with 4 7/8 or thereabouts. Anywho, make sure your pages are 1/4 of an inch shorter than your outside. Okay. We've got the pages. We'll go for the, we'll close this out just now, this video, and then I'll come back and do page 1 and 2. I hope you stay with me. Thanks very much. And I will see you next video. Bye.